In this video, we're going to look at tracking analytics. If you go to settings here on the left and come over to track analytics, you can track analytics via Google Analytics, the number one tool for tracking visitors to your website. It's free, and also tracking pixels. So the first thing we're going to play with is here by clicking on Getting Started. And you'll see it says, Google Analytics measurement, Google Tag Manager, and we have links to right where you need to go. Like for Google Tag Manager, you have to get a tracking ID. Same thing for Google Analytics. And for example, here in the Tag Manager, it says go into your Google Analytics account. So I'm going to switch to that screen. It's analytics.google.com, and I've already got my website set up. And you'll see right here is that container ID that I need. And if I go back here to Podpage, I could simply paste that here and click on save, and I would start tracking everything in the Google Tag Manager. We do have directions on how to find the tracking ID in Google Analytics. So if I click on this, you'll see here again, click here to set up your Google Analytics. You can go into admin and you can get that information and just copy and paste it in there. Now, what if you don't want to use Google Analytics or Plausible? Plausible is another analytics tool. There's another one called Fathom, and all of these can be used. And you're like, but Dave, there's no Phantom option here. Well, let me switch gears real quick just to show this to you. If I go into my Fathom account, and that's at usefathom.com, I've set up my test show. And if I look, I need to install this, and it's asking you, well, what framework are you using? Are you using WordPress or whatever? You'll notice there's no Podpage here. So we're just going to say none. And I need this little bit of code. So I'm going to copy that. And it says, hey, it's been copied. And I can go into Podpage, and I can go under design, and there's a custom code option there. Because if we go back to Fathom, it says, hey, put this in the header area. So in Podpage, when I go to design custom code, lo and behold, there's a head area, and I could just paste that here and click on save. So analytics, no matter who you're using, you can use Podpage to track how many visitors are coming to your site. Some of those are free, some of them are not. Now, if you're doing advertising or if you just want to track additional information on your website, there are tracking pixels. And here again, if I just click on Get Started, you have a pixel ID. And again, we have links right to where you can get this in Facebook. Twitter has a ID, LinkedIn has one, and Reddit has one. So if you're using any of these services, many times this is around advertising, you can put the pixel ID right here into your Podpage account by simply copying and pasting. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the Podpage support group.